What is going on, YouTube? Welcome to another call on Tyrone. I'm here with special guests John and Alex from the Knicks Jets Etc podcast. Everybody knows John. Most people, if you've been here for a while, you probably know Alex. But John has been the face for a little bit for the Jets. How you guys doing tonight?
Doing
Doing
good,
well.
man. We're doing good, dude. We're dressed in Yankees gear because we have a huge wild card playoff game with the Red Sox. We got the Knicks rolling with the first preseason game. But you know why we're here, man. We're here because we got Atlanta Falcons in London. I'm flying out in 2 days.
Oh wow,
Ready to go, man. We're ready to go out here.
yeah, man. Two. Well, yeah, you flying out in 2 days. I was gonna go to the game this year. I didn't end up not going. I'll probably go to one next year. It's probably won't be Atlanta, but I'll still go. But yeah, 9 o'clock. That's gonna be a little wake up time. I'm waking up at 9. I think I got to give myself time to actually wake up, so I'll probably get up at 9. But yeah, I want to talk to you guys about last week. Last week's game with you guys. What did you guys see? Was it improvement? Because you John, you probably know I love Zach Wilson because I've talked to you about Zach Wilson. I love Zach Wilson. I'm a BYU guy, so that's really one of the main reasons I like Zach Wilson.
Mhm.
But I really thought he was gonna, he started off a little shaky, but he's a rookie. I'm not surprised. Like everybody talks about how Kyle Pitts has been shaky and when he hasn't gotten receivings. So for you guys, what did you guys see, in these last couple weeks that's really been like your confidence in this team?
I think the defense, number one, first and foremost, is the major confidence. We lost five guys so far on the defense. Carl Lawson being the most notable guy. Marcus May is out for 3 to 4 weeks. We've lost so many guys on that end, but yet we keep coming out and punching guys in the face, whether it's the run, our cornerbacks, which we thought was the weakest part of our defense. They've showed up. Granted, some of the wide receiver cores that they had to go against weren't fully healthy. Like they didn't have Jerry Jeudy on the Broncos, but we still had to face Cortland Sutton. Last week when we played the Titans, we didn't have to face Julio Jones or AJ Brown. But still, seeing young guys, whether in their second or first year, they really showed out. But defense definitely first and foremost. CJ Mosley's playing another level. Q Will's brother Quincy Williams just had a phenomenal day last week. He had 10 tackles, had a sack. Was their first brother duo to record a sack in the NFL since sacks were recorded as a stat. The defense is like probably the most impressive thing so far for the Jets.
And it's unbelievable that you didn't even mention Bryce Huff, who is fourth in the league in pass rush wins. He's third for all of edge rushers. Then we got, I don't know, Ashton Davis, who I can't believe I'm saying his name in a positive way, but another guy that we have coming out here who any safety we have putting out there is absolutely killing it. Our defensive line is unbelievable. We're second in the league in sacks. And we're talking about the New York Jets, the team that just got a win. So your question was, what did we see, man? Honestly, we finally saw it all come together because if you're listening in on our podcast, it's completely different. You're getting a completely different view, a completely different outlook from what's happening in the media because we're watching these games and unfortunately we're rewatching these games during the week and we're really paying attention, right? We see where our weaknesses are and we see these little tiny plays from Zach Wilson that really changed the momentum of the game. And what we finally saw was him not being a rookie in the sense that Alex has been preaching. We need to take the underthrows. We need to not try to go for a home run. I mean, 2 times now we were down by 10 and he threw ridiculous interceptions. Interceptions as if we're down 3 touchdowns. And so finally this game, it all came together from the defense, our defensive line, our cornerbacks, our linebackers, like Alex was talking about, all the way down to our offensive line. Our running back started blocking. We really can't say enough about what the Jets did last week. I mean, we got 7 sacks. I mean, I can't even remember the last time that happened. And of course, Zach Wilson, dude. Of course, Zach Wilson.
That was like the Falcons game versus the Rams. I don't know if you guys remember that game, but when Tack had like 4 sacks in one game, and that's when we thought Tack was gonna be the Jesus and this and that. That was the game. Like when you get those type of games, I think last year we did. Who did we do? Oh, Oakland. I think it was Oakland last year. We did it too. We did the same thing. Okay, Blake. Okay, see, you know You knew it was gonna happen.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm actually really excited for the Braves game, so it's all good.
I want to see that. I'm ready for the playoffs, man. I've been a lot. I don't know why, man. I would love. I don't know why, but I would love a Yankees versus Atlanta World Series because what you guys did when we had the win streak going. I think I just want to go back to that.
Oh, I know. Of course, you want to go back to that because if I were you, I would not want to talk about this Sunday's game. That's the last thing I would want to talk about. I would not want to talk about Jets Falcons, man, because you're talking about sacks. I mean, we had our own issues our week one, right? We had Chandler Jones who sacked us 5 times. And then you guys had a really tough week one, right? You guys got killed by the Eagles. So
our week one, it was so funny because everybody was like, our week one was so bad, but then it's like you look at what happened. Like when you see what the Eagles are playing like now, you're just like, oh, we should have taken advantage of that game. It was just like that was like our first dress rehearsal. Like, I mean, we didn't play our starters in the preseason, so that was like our first game with our starters. But it was like now you look at how and we knew, and like everybody was trying to give Jalen Hurts all this credit, and if you watched our show, it's just like Jalen Hurts isn't that good. Like we knew he wasn't that good, and now he's really showing you like out of the 3 quarterbacks that came out of you got Tua, even though Tua got hurt, Tua was playing well. Mac Jones almost beat the Patriots. He really should have won that game, and then you get him, and he's just like, oh, he's Jalen Hurts. He's the only one to go in the second round and all of that. And it's just like, bro. It's just like those two, like you could tell what had happened. We're just like,
but you got rocked. Like the offensive line got rocked, and honestly, just so your left guard, and I was warning you about from day one, you had hard. He got
killed that game. He got killed that game.
And now you got Mayfield, who he has been improving, but that's really where I see this game starting and ending is at the line of scrimmage, man. Our defensive line is really strong. It's our strength. And honestly, the Falcons' weakness is their offensive line, right? Like, what do you see? What do you see from the Falcons so far? What do you see from Arthur Smith? Like, has he grown a lot
from last
week to now?
Yeah. So week 2, we scored 25. But mind you, our red zone efficiency has been, I mean, our red zone efficiency has been perfect. Last week was the first time we got stalled in the red zone, and that was like the first drive of the game. So when we get in the red zone, we've scored. I think we went 3-3 versus Tampa. We went 2-2 versus the Giants, and then last week I think we went because I can't remember. I think we were like 3 of. I think we went 4. We scored 30 points. I think we're all in the red zone, but I think we only had 1 field goal. So
you got Fitzpatrick. Heineke's in your Fitzpatrick. That's a different story.
Man, Cordell Patterson's career has literally turned around from what it like. Everybody knows Cordell Patterson's like, yeah, Cordell Patterson's the guy. Like, he's been a good receiver. He's been a returner. Like, bro, he's been, a staple in Atlanta. Him and Matt, I don't know what chemistry they have, but him and Matt just know, like, that. I don't know if you guys saw the jump ball he threw to him last week. Like, it was just like, oh yeah, like it was watching it live was just like, bro, that man is like crazy. Mike Davis's touchdown, you can see it more and more. Like, this team is getting more and more chemistry wise. So if we go into it if we go into the whole get into the O-line, those guys we've gotten better. I'll put it like this. We've gotten better. Okay. We've gotten a lot better since week 2. I mean, week 2 we look good. Because I think we only gave up 1 or 2 sacks. And I think the one was from Sue, which Sue was gonna sue. And like I'll put like Sue was gonna sue. Sue's gonna give him one. If he gets a matchup he likes, he's gonna get one he wants. I think we did. It's kind of sort of we have the center. This is gonna be his. Was it week 5? This will be his 8th game starting.
Yeah, I know. Bro. And Mayfield is a right tackle. I know. Yeah. I know he's been okay, but the fronts haven't really sustained. The fronts that the Falcons have seen haven't really been that great. I mean,
I think our hardest one was Philly. Philly or Tampa.
Was Vita Vea out though? Vita Vea was out though, right?
No, Vita Vea played. Vita Vea didn't get sacked. That's the crazy part. That's where everybody was surprised Vita Vea didn't get a sack because people were talking about we were going to get killed. I think we only gave up 1 or 2 sacks that game. And Matt, and people want to talk about like the decline of Matt, and he's getting older and this and that. But Matt has not shown us a lot. Like he has, we dropped more passes last week, and it was. I mean, we dropped like Calvin Ridley. I hate saying this, but Calvin Ridley is not a wide receiver one.
Alex,
He's really not.
Tell him about the drops, man.
Calvin Ridley dropped the ball. He dropped the ball like 6 times, and I mean, I'm in the stands screaming my head off. Like, bro, catch the ball. Like he's getting the ball in his hands and just doing this. Like, bro, catch it with your body if you got to. Like, do something. But he's not like who. Like I'll give Julio this. Julio's a big body. Julio's a big body receiver. Julio like Julio will go up for the ball, and he will. That's basically what you want Kyle Pitts to do, and that's why when you see Matt throw to Kyle Pitts, he'll throw Kyle Pitts in a tight window because Kyle Pitts will catch the ball and he'll get hit. Calvin Ridley will catch the ball and want to do circles and run around and not want to get touched.
Yeah.
And we have a first down play. It's third and like 10 or third and like
last week.
Yeah, last week versus Washington. It's like 3rd and 10 or something. Calvin Ridley gets it on a slant. All he had to do was turn upfield and get the first down. He starts running backwards and then tries to run upfield. We're like, bro, okay, it's just a point where you're just like, Calvin, it's just like you don't want to give up on him. Like you want him to be wide receiver 1, but he just doesn't want to get hit. Now Tajay Sharp will catch a slant. He'll get hit. He'll get right back up. Any other receivers, Akias dropped the ball last week, which he just dropped it. I don't know what was that. He was wide open. If we didn't drop as many passes as we did, we probably would have. And then our punter gets hurt. He gets hurt on the kickoff.
You got Colquitt now, bro. You got Colquitt.
Yeah, we got Colquitt in now. So, and we just brought in another D tackle. We brought in. I can't think. I have to look at it real quick. But we brought in an actual nose tackle because.
How about Oliver, dude? You're better than
Oliver's out for the season.
I know.
But what about Russell Gage?
He's hurt. Russell Gage hurt. He's hurt.
Yo,
yeah.
You guys are limping.
His ankle was hurt.
Game,
he got hurt week 2. I think week 2. Yeah, week 2. Because he caught a ball and he just couldn't run at all. Like he almost fell. Something that has really messed up a bit. What we said is if you're not clicked in mentally, and Arthur Smith is trying to, and people are not liking Arthur Smith because he's a no nonsense coach. He's not letting the media in and somebody tried to start a rumor about Matt Ryan wanting to leave, and Matt Ryan came out clearly and said, "No, I'm not leaving." Like you're not going to have any nonsense going around this team, and I think a lot of people don't like that. Like the media doesn't get a pass to like, "Hey guys, let me talk to you guys on the side." It's not like that anymore. It's not like how when we had Dan Quinn, where you can be like, let's go ahead and let's go slide him to the side because Dan isn't gonna care. No, Arthur Smith. I'm like, we have we have an older coaching staff. None of these guys are really, really young. I mean, Arthur Smith is younger, but he's not. He has a no nonsense attitude about him. Like he's not gonna let you just, be out there acting wild. Like, and mind you, he has a get a win beard now. Like most people be like, "Oh, that's a corny." No, he literally say like, "We won the game," and he said, "I'm not getting rid of the beard." Like that's just him now. Like, and he has a whole thing where he has to he feels like he knows what he wants, and he knows what he wants to see this team do. And I think people are mad. We're not taking deep shots. We're not trying to go for the home run ball like you guys were saying about Zach Wilson. He's not gonna, when you don't want Zach Wilson throwing a deep ball every play. You want the intermediate. You want the stuff you want to develop a running game. You want people to know we can run on this team. And
I got bad news. I got bad news for you, man.
Yeah,
we're not running this week, dude. You can't run on the Jets. That's the problem.
I want to see it. I really
can't run on the
because I like that your D line. Who is it? It's
Sheldon Rankins.
Did he get hurt? Did one from Alabama get hurt? Was that the one that got hurt? The D tackle?
No. You think about you might think about Vinny Curry at the beginning of the season who got hurt.
Yeah, Vinny Curry got hurt in the beginning of the season.
Yeah. But he was never actually on the team. We signed him and he never showed up. No, we have Bryce Huff, Sheldon Rankins. I mean, Quinnen Williams. You can't get John Franklin Myers. John Franklin Myers. You can't get past these guys, dude. CJ Mosley.
Yeah.
And the thing is, we've contained. It's not that we've stopped the best running backs, right? Like you did. Christian McCaffrey was barely under 100 yards for both receiving and rushing, and that, in my eyes, is an achievement because And then for Derrick Henry, we contained to 153 yards, which that guy can easily go 200 yards because he gets the most rushing attempts in the NFL. So the fact that we were able to do that, we didn't let him break one loose. I think the longest one was 22 yards, and he's known for just breaking one for 8 if he really wants to. Shows a lot. It shows true testament to the Jets defense and the run game. So, and I don't see the Falcons who's it? You got Mike Davis back there. I don't see Mike Davis as
Mike Davis hasn't been running back one. He's been the power back. It's been more Cordell Patterson as the running back.
Good luck, man. Honestly, good luck to Cordell Patterson. I legit. I started watching some Falcons tape, and he was sick last week. He was in a Madden game last week. I agree with you. Being at that game must have been really cool to watch.
Yeah.
But honestly, I'm just worried about I was for a second, I'm like, this guy is gonna get hurt in the open field against these Jets linemen. They were savages last week, and honestly, they've been all year. It's gonna be an interesting game, especially if you're trying to dink and dunk to Ridley.
That's the thing with Ridley. Ridley doesn't want the dink and dunk. That's the hard part about Ridley. It's Ridley. You want to give him the dink and dunk because he led the league in explosive last year. So you give him a short run and he can take it off. He had 8, I think it was 18 in explosive. He had 18 yards per explosion play.
Yeah.
But this year is just hit, bro, get hit. Get touched. Let somebody touch you. And he just doesn't let it happen. And that's kind of that's the worst part about it. CP is a strange way of being a versatile Julio replacement. So really, you're right, Mark. Yeah, he has no excuse, bro. Really has no excuse of what he's done. I wish the Falcons get lucky in the late games. Yeah. So my thing about the fourth quarter for us, what we put in Mike Davis, I think you're up 3 points. I think we're up 2 or 3 points. 2 points. You're up 2 points. You want with 3 minutes left, and you want your defense to hold out. Let's be honest. You would expect your defense, mind you, the punt wasn't good at all. We had Young Hoku punting at that point.
I know. Yeah, that was sick. I'm honestly a little bit. I promise you. I know this sounds silly. I am more worried about him than any other play on the Falcons this week. I feel like he's gonna put up 12, 15 points on the Jets.
Oh, fantasy wise. Oh yeah, he's gonna.
Just in general,
in general too. If he gets if you get Young Ho, I don't know because we're gonna be playing outside in Tottenham. But Young Ho I recorded. I should have put. He was hitting from the 50. He was hitting from the in the middle of the Falcons logo, just hitting them, just deep, and it had distance on it. And I was like, oh yeah, it's gonna really if we get in the field, I don't know how it's gonna be when he gets there, but if we get in the field goal range, it's gonna be his field goal range is weird because we've always had Matt Bryant,
the GOAT.
Yeah, he's known for hitting 50 yarders and then winning us games. That's just what Matt Bryant did for the Falcons. So you got to get we're still everybody loves Koo because what Koo did last year. When we scored and we had to get a field goal, Koo was gonna make it. I think Koo missed. I would never. That's the worst. I don't know why I remember this game. We almost beat Kansas City last year, and Koo gets I forgot. Tommy, you probably remember where Koo was. Was it the 20 or something?
It wasn't very far, but
it wasn't far at all. Yeah, it wasn't far at all, and he just shanked it. I was like, oh my God. That just would have been a good win to have on the resume, but mind you, it was just because we knew we were going to pick top 5. We knew where we were at, but it would just would have been cool to beat Kansas City. But it was just bro, oh my God. That was the hardest part. Well, everybody that's here, this is Tommy. If you know Tommy, if you watch our United content, you guys know Tommy. He covers our Brave stuff. I said Braves. United. He got a United jersey shirt on now. But he is a Falcons guy, so we had, we're gonna bring him in. But like Marquise, like you said, really is not a number one because of the talent, but because of mentality. Yeah, his talent will get you there, but it's just what he just doesn't want to get touched. I don't know what it is. Go by. I just want to say Carolina's winning. Not Carolina. Nashville's winning their preseason game right now. So I got to make sure we win that. I just need us to win. But going into this week, so you guys, you're talking about the run game, passing game. Corey Davis is still there. I can't think. I don't know where your
Corey Davis, Keelan Cole. We got Jameson Crowder. We got Braxton Berrios. That's our 4 right now. Elijah Moore. He may come back out of concussion protocol this week. John, did you see any updates on that? I saw recent news today for that, but that's our 4 right now. Denzel Mims is still on the bench.
Yeah.
Was that what we were talking about? I think we were talking about him earlier. We talked about him me and John talked about him early.
Second round picks, man. Second round picks.
We talked about him during the draft.
I know.
Yeah, he's still not playing.
I know. Just a quick update. Also, the Knicks are up 36. So I know you guys are all interested in the Knicks score on the Atlanta podcast. So the Knicks are up 36-26. We got the rivalry going.
4-1. 4-1. 4-1.
But speaking of the Jets wide receivers and why we kind of wanted to. We really relate to you, right? You're talking about the Falcons dropping catches. Dude, the Jets were leading. I'm going into last week. They were leading the league in drops. Again, Corey Davis had a drop in the first quarter. He's been doing terrible. He showed up in the second half last week. Absolutely blew the game out, right? We would have, without him being able to kind of hot route in the middle of the play, and Jamison Crowder, we would not have got that win. We would not be able to move the chains. They made really big plays for us. But I don't really think Corey Davis is going to be your problem this week. I think it's all about Jamison Crowder, and I think it's all about Braxton Berrios, because you guys don't have a slot corner. You have Avery Williams now coming in, who's your returner.
Well, I think Sheffield is gonna start playing this week.
So we still don't have one.
Yeah, because we don't know what Sheffield is going. Because Sheffield's been hurt since.
That's our strength.
Week 2 of preseason. So
that's the issue, man. I think that's going to be the Falcons' number one issue. You could stop the run. That's not a big deal. You could contain Corey Davis. He hasn't been a really big that much of a problem besides the stat sheet. Last week. I think where you're gonna honestly die is third and shorts from Berrios and Crowder. I don't think anyone on your team's
or giving Keelan Cole any room to run. Keelan Cole showed that he got that 29 catch in OT, and he also got that 54-yarder in the the second half. So yeah, the thing about having Corey Davis is that since he's our number one, and he will attract the most attention because he is so physical, and if he gets the ball, he can get that yak and just bully guys and get whatever yards he can. But you want to talk about catching the ball. He's been allergic to catching the ball. Last week, he had to start off with a little bit of the yips. He went 4 for 7. The week before that, went, I think, 4 or 5 for out of 10
We're leading the league in
passes.
drops.
Yeah, so the only good thing is that you have to honor him, because if he does catch it, he's capable of breaking one loose. But other than that, as John pointed out, it's going to be our other guys. And that's the one thing I would say about Zach Wilson, that from his really good performance, he had that terrible week 2 where he threw 4 interceptions. You saw some promise in week 1 when they got the 2 late touchdowns in the fourth quarter against the Panthers. Third week when we played who did we play week 3?
Denver
Broncos. When we played the Broncos, yeah. Guys just couldn't catch for the life of them. They couldn't catch a cold at that point. And then everything just came together last week, as John predicted. And now I think coming into this week, it seems like Zach Wilson understands that, you got to take advantage of the underneath throws. You got to take advantage of the checkdowns. He loves to spread the ball around. Even though he loves his guy Corey Davis, he's going to try to find him early into the game. But he's more than capable of finding other guys and delivering just a dime to get it into their pocket. So that John is right in that our wide receivers are going to be the big thing, because our running backs, we use a 3-headed monster between Tevin Coleman, Michael Carter, and Ty Johnson, but they're not so scary. I'm actually tired of seeing 3 running backs. Personally.
T. Coleman. This should be a T. Coleman stand podcast. How do you guys feel about Tevin?
Y'all have Tevin Coleman on it?
We do have Tevin Coleman.
Oh my!
T. Coleman revenge game, baby.
Okay. Well, first off, I think we love Tevin Coleman while Tevin Coleman was here. I mean, he was one. We had Devontae, of course, but Tevin Coleman was the running back I think most people wanted. And I think we were really and truly, we should have kept Tevin Coleman. Let's be honest. Instead of Devontae, but Dan Quinn and Thomas Dimitroff ruined our franchise for years on it. We're still paying debts like I hope everybody knows we're still paying what is his name? Trufant. Trufant is still getting a check from Atlanta this year.
Nice. We just got rid of Trumaine Johnson contract, so we feel you, man.
Yeah, it's like we're still playing.
For you, we understand it.
We're still playing like Josh Andrews and Ben Cle, like the guys from guys we released 2 years ago. We're still paying them like now, and it's just like we have 20, and then Julio, we're still paying Julio. They took the rest of his contract, but I think we still have to pay Julio like $17 million this year. Like so, the dead cap, and then everybody's like, well, we get rid of Matt. Matt is $44 million in dead cap.
Exactly. He's not going nowhere.
Yeah. You can't get rid of him at this point. Like maybe next year, but even still, then you're still $44 million in dead cap. Like it gets like it'll be a restructure before Matt gets cut. I'll put it like that. It'll be a restructure to where his money will get moved in a different way, and NFL money's different. Like basketball money, we can throw out numbers, and that's just how it goes. Like when a player gets this much, if it's front loaded, back loaded, you don't get a lot of details about NFL contracts, really and truly. Like unless you go on Sports Track and somebody really like breaks it down, you don't get a lot of who comes first and how the money's moved. Because Matt got a signing bonus and this and that, and you're just like, okay, so then how do you move that money away from here? And it's hard to try to move money. This has been Matt's career. That last Leafs game was Matt's career in a nutshell. Because Tommy, we've watched the Falcons. We watched 14 years of Matt Ryan have Hall of Fame numbers, and then the defense is like, you know what? Let's just give the game away. Like let's
just call that the Falcons.
Yeah,
the Falcons and the Chargers are unbelievable, dude.
It's unbelievable. It's like we last year. Matt had the most perfect game versus Dallas. I mean, I think he might have had close to this is the closest to the perfect game we've seen Matt had him in years. And then we don't get an onside kick. And you just let them go down the field and score. It's just like,
sheesh, yeah.
Then you get to Chicago. I think Chicago was the next week. And we're up 21. What was it? 21. I got to find the score. We were up like by a lot. I just remember we were up by a lot. And it was just like, bro, how do you let that game go away? It was like last year was just like this was the epitome of Matt Ryan's career last year. When you really look at what Matt Ryan had to go through last year compared to what people like be like, oh, well, Matt didn't really have to go. We were up. Yeah, we were up. It was 10-16 at half. We scored, so we were up 26-10. We let them score 20 points in the fourth quarter. Chicago with Mitchell
That's the
Trubisky.
Falcons. That sounds like the Falcons, bro. That sounds exactly like the Falcons. Let me ask you about this 2021 Matt Ryan. Where are his strengths? Like, how do you guys see yourselves beating the Jets? You know what I mean? Like the Jets we have the same record, right? We have the same issues apparently, drops, by the wide receivers. Yeah. Like, how do you guys, see the Falcons, taking down the Jets this week?
You want to go? I'll let Tommy go first.
I mean, it seems like short passes are the way to go this season. I don't know if he's scared to throw the long ball. People have been ragging on him for a couple of years that he can't throw the long ball. I watched him last year throw some bombs to Calvin Ridley with no problems, and I expected that this year. I expected more bombs, and there's opportunities where he has it, and he's not going there. These short passes are working, but and this new NFL, and you watch a lot of these newer teams with newer coaches, they're going deep, and I'm not seeing that with this team, and maybe it's just lack of talent. I mean, Russell Gage hasn't been on the field, but Ridley, you guys were talking about earlier. I mean, seems like he's afraid to get hurt. And I mean, he's had some pretty weird injuries over the past couple of years. He had was it kidney? Something with the stomach issue 2 seasons ago.
Yeah, he had a stomach problem when he first got here. Yeah, he did have a stomach.
It finished his season that year. The ankle.
It was the ankle. Then he had foot surgery this off season. So yeah, he's had some weird. He's had a Julio type injury streak, kind of sort of. Like,
is that the curse for every wide receiver one on the Falcons?
no, because Roddy White didn't have that. Roddy White was Roddy White had.
Roddy White. Woo, that's
Roddy
a
White
name.
was
That's a
he was
throwback.
wide receiver when Matt first got here. He was wide receiver number 1. And Roddy White, he had 1,000-yard season before Matt got here. Then the rest of his career when Matt got here, he had like multiple 1,000-yard seasons. So, and that's why it's so weird when people try to pull up like, well, Matt doesn't help his receivers anyway. I'm just like, well, Roddy White turned into one. He's in the Falcons Hall of Fame right now. Let's be honest. He's in the Ring of Honor. So,
yeah. And I see Patterson. Yeah, he had that long touchdown to Patterson, but overall, you look at his passes, and they've just been short. And the receivers aren't really making plays besides Patterson. I mean, Patterson's been all over the place, making people miss, but Mike Davis isn't doing that. Zacchaeus isn't doing that. Ridley's, I heard you talk about earlier, Ridley's running backwards. A couple times where kid had a first down, he moves backwards, try to get 3 extra yards. Instead, we're going on to 3rd and 1. We can't get 3rd and 1. We haven't got 3rd and 1 in 5 years, it feels like. So, yeah, I mean, it's a lot of mistakes that they have. And I don't know what's with Matt. I don't think it's any type of injury. I just don't know if he doesn't have confidence in himself, or maybe he's just still, getting into the season. I don't know if you guys talked about this earlier, but I was against them not playing their starters in the preseason, and we're seeing more teams do this. And when you have a new coach, and you got a lot of new pieces, you got 2 new running backs that are coming in, new offensive line, you got to get these guys together, working. I don't like the trend that we're having here of a lot of teams not playing, their starters.
And they cut one game already too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the thing for Matt Ryan too, just like seeing his career, is that it stinks that you guys have circled through so many coaches or offensive coordinators. So he's never really had anyone like true stability. So he always has to learn and get acclimated to a new system or a new coaching scheme. And like, this doesn't help too if you're not giving him like the repetitions to even get under the new coach. Like you have Arthur Smith after who was the last season? Dan Quinn you had last season, right?
Yeah.
So
Dan Quinn and was it Stark last year? No, Cutter.
Yeah, Cutter.
Yeah, it was Cutter last year. So
and before Cutter was Shanahan, right?
Cutter.
No,
Shanahan left him. No, it was it Stark? It was Stark. It was Stark. Then it was Cutter. Yeah, it was Shanahan. Then it was Stark. Then it was Cutter. It was something like that. Somewhere in that range.
And between
you gotta be sick over losing Shanahan. You gotta be sick.
And
we didn't know. We Shanahan.
When he lost the Super Bowl against
when he lost
49ers. No,
yeah. When he lost the Super Bowl, it was like Shanahan. We felt now, and then the hate got worse when he won that podcast earlier, and he and I was earlier in the earlier before the season started. He said, "Yeah, man, I should have ran the ball." And I look back on it. I mean, everybody in Atlanta wants to He didn't even fly with the team back to Atlanta. I don't think anybody knows that he didn't fly with the team, because what happened the next day? Where did he go? If you follow Tom, you probably remember where he went the next day.
He was in San Francisco.
Yeah, he was in San Francisco the next day. They introduced him as the coach as soon as he lost the game. He got on a private jet, went to San Fran, and was like, "Oh, yeah, here." He did what basically Dan Quinn did when he came to Atlanta. They lost the Super Bowl. Next day, Dan Quinn was the head coach. So it's really like what you really. It was really he just got he put a bad mouth, a bad taste.
When teams don't go back, their coaches don't go back with their teams. They don't last long. I'm talking to you, Urban Meyer. Talking to you, Urban.
I
love that one. I love that.
I had to go there.
Yeah, please. I want to keep hearing that,
we're the number one Urban Meyer Jacksonville
because,
Jaguar haters. Like you can bring it.
We need to keep hearing that, because all last season when it was talking about Trevor Lawrence, like Trevor Lawrence should stay in school because you should avoid the Jets at all costs because they're just a dysfunctional franchise. Because when has the Jacksonville Jaguars ever been? I would have loved him
on the. I'm not gonna lie. I would have liked Trevor Lawrence on the Jets. He would have looked cool in that uniform. I'm not gonna lie. He would look cool in green and white.
Yeah. I'm happy with Zach Wilson. I'm happy with Zach Wilson. But it's just I'm just tired of the slander of the New York Jets. Like, come on, guys. Like, what? Since Mark Brunell, who had the Brian? Not what is it? Was it Leftwich? Was it Leftwich on that team too? Yeah, he was on it.
I love Brian Leftwich.
Yeah, between those two guys, who else have they had? What?
Yeah, you're right. No, you're totally right.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just go to this comment. How's it going, feeling gas? Is there any coach or coordinators you felt was let go by your team too soon, and who overstayed their welcome? Dirk Cutter came back. Mind you, Dirk Cutter came back twice. We've hired Dirk Cutter twice, and every time we hire Dirk Cutter, we lose. We don't go to the playoffs. I don't understand who hired him twice and was like, yeah, the Mintroff was here, so it's not surprising. But we've had Dirk Cutter. I was okay with Shanahan until he did the whole Super Bowl. Matt I don't know if you guys know the story, but Matt threw his helmet at Dirk Cutter and almost hit him in the head with it in the locker room.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it got bad. Like the locker room story is horrible. Like what that
I love Matt Ryan getting rowdy. I love that.
They're talking about that they're talking about, and then we had Robert Alford come out and say they were having a party at halftime in the locker room. So that locker room we can tell Dan Quinn stayed too long. I thought Dan Quinn was going after 20. What year was that? 2018. I thought when we went 5-0 and then lost like half the rest of the season, and we only won so many, and then we went 0-5, and then we kept him. I was just like, yeah, he had to go after that. The year we beat the Eagles in the first game and then lost every game, like almost like 5 games after it or something like that. That was when I was like, yeah, he has to go. I don't know.
I can't think of a single person on the Jets. No, we do not fire head coaches or head coaches. Definitely, we don't fire them during the season. Coordinators, we do get rid of. We have never got rid of a coordinator too early, ever. I don't think ever in the history of the Jets.
Gay should have been gone as soon as he got hired.
Oh man, don't even get me started about Gase.
Yeah, I mean, maybe honestly, maybe
the
Bill
fact
Parcells.
that this man's high school football team is trash and the offense sucks for our high school football team says everything that you need to know about Adam Gase. 1-4.
That interview was amazing though, when he was pretty much like high as could be and just looking all over the place, following the bug that was everywhere. Oh, that was great,
dude. That was his intro.
Hilarious.
That was his intro. Not even like after a game. Not even like it was like, oh man, his first impression. But he had a chance to fix it. He just never had credibility anywhere, man.
No,
field players, coaches. I don't know. He just has Peyton.
Gase just makes me mad when I think about what he did in Miami. And then he went to the Jets. I was like, why do you hire this man after what he did in Miami?
Because this is you just the whoever just asked this question, like, are there any coaches or coordinators? There's no one that the Jets have got. Maybe Rex Ryan is and Eric Mangini. Maybe those are the only 2 guys. No, Rex needed to go, but like the 2 guys you could say maybe want to come back between Mangini and Rex Ryan, maybe Herm. But like at that point, like when they left, it was time for them to go. It's not saying, oh, let's bring him back. And there's no coordinator. Even I remember when we hated Brian Schottenheimer.
My God, I still hate Brian Schottenheimer.
Wait, y'all have one of our coordinators, don't y'all?
From Atlanta, who? Well, not offense.
No, it was defense. One of our defensive coordinators probably went to the Jets, didn't he?
Who?
The white is the dude with a big beard. I thought he
went
to
Ulbrich.
Don, you can tell me. I can't think.
Ulbrich. Our defensive coordinator is Ulbrich.
No.
I think that's
this season or last season. Or
no, this season.
Last season was Greg Williams, bro. You can't confuse that with anyone.
Another guy who
Albrecht.
Stay long guy.
He's the defensive coordinator. Yeah, he was remember. I don't know if you guys remember.
Was he on the Jets? Was he from the Jets?
Yeah, he's the Jets. Albrecht is the Jets. Y'all defensive coordinator this year. From the Falcons. That's the Falcons. He was our linebacker coach. He was Deion. He was the reason Deion. I don't like
revenge game, baby. I like that even more. I like that even more.
I think Jeff left too early. I think it was time for them to go. But I did like Jeff, and I did like what's the other guy we had last year? There our intern. I didn't like that. I understand why they had to go because let's be honest. Like they had to go because of what they did with Dan Quinn. And that's the same thing with Julio. That's the same thing with Keanu Neal. That's the same thing with all these other guys that we let cut because they were just Dan Quinn lovers. Let's be honest. And when we saw Julio's like energy change a lot when a lot of stuff happened when it was just like, Julio is not the guy. Like when he started dropping passes and he wasn't showing, mind you, in 2020 he only played 8 games, Tommy? Was it 8
I think so, yeah.
Because of his foot. Yeah.
Yeah, it was because he was out for injury. But mind you, we knew it's just like, okay, Julio, okay, we just gonna let him go. You guys got y'all Jet fans. Zora came in here. Alex is the GOAT. Alex, you got a lot of interaction on Twitter. I saw you. Who was it? P from the other podcast.
Give me the plug.
Yeah, P the
Oh
plug.
yeah.
Yeah, y'all get a lot of. I watch those guys all the time. So
Yeah, we had them on.
They got also. Yeah, we had them on our podcast.
oh wow, yeah, those are the guys though.
Because P is he's a big Knicks fan.
All of those guys, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Aldridge, yeah. Rex Ryan left. I remember when everybody went. I'm not gonna lie. When Rex Ryan got fired, and we had an open coaching spot, I was like, Rex Ryan needs to come to Atlanta. I think a lot of people, some people were like,
I remember this.
Disagreed.
We had this. That was the first time we actually both came on this show.
Yeah.
Don said that you guys, he asked us everything about Rex Ryan because he said Rex Ryan should be the next head coach for the Atlanta Falcons. And I was actually kind of taken aback by that. I was like,
I think when we were, and especially what year was that? 2015. I think he had just left. What year did he leave? He leave New York? Was it
2015. 2015
so it was the same year. So yeah, you guys.
2014 was his last season, and then 2015 he went to the Bills.
Yep.
That's funny. 2016.
I was
every year
Buffalo.
You guys fire head coach. We fire our head coach. If you go look at it's the
I'm
same.
telling you,
the
Jets
timing.
and the Falcons, man.
It's like the same timing.
Yeah, dude. Everything. We even have the same problems.
Yeah,
it's like timeline, man.
It's an alternate timeline where we just.
But you guys had a quarterback
one day.
We never had a quarterback.
Yeah, we get a young quarterback. We got to play the Super Bowl one day. It just has to happen.
Mark Sanchez, man.
Yeah, they had Mark Sanchez.
All right,
man,
dude.
Mark Sanchez.
Speaking of Mark Sanchez and Rex Ryan, those were his first 2 years. Those were Rex Ryan's first 2 years with the Jets, man. Yeah. And I mean, I don't want to relive, but like, dude, we were up at halftime versus the Colts, and then we lost to the Steelers the second year. Like, we were right there, man. We were right there. So
if you had a quarterback,
honestly, if we had Zach Wilson or Sam Darnold, I'll even throw in Geno Smith. I'll even throw in Geno Smith.
Wow.
If we had one of those guys,
wild.
Yeah,
you would have lost earlier.
What did Geno tweet out? Geno tweeted something out the other day. He tweeted it was something Jets related.
Well, because the last rookie quarterback,
the
Tom Brady, or to beat the Patriots was Geno Smith.
Patriots.
Yeah,
Rex Ryan, the Patriots with 2 rookies.
Exactly. Thank you.
Yo, that's what I'm saying, dude. Like the Jets are more of a real franchise than people realize, even though most of the time we are a lot like the Falcons.
Yeah. Hey Don, I think you echoing. But how you doing, Don? Don came on. How you doing?
What's good?
Yeah, but yeah.
I just want to talk a few minutes. I ain't trying to be on here that long. But as far as Rex Ryan go, I feel like if the Falcons would have pulled the trigger and hired him after that 2014 season, things would have been better. You got to think about it. Rex Ryan, either time he was in New York or in Buffalo, he didn't have the offense that he needed to be successful.
Yeah. I would say like it all comes down to the quarterback, right? Like if he had a better quarterback, because I like J. Cole, I like Santonio Holmes, I like Dustin Keller. Who else? We had Braylon Edwards. Like the offense was there, especially if you had either. What was it? That season we had
LaDainian Tomlinson.
Sean
Green was one of the
Sean
years.
Green right behind him. Yeah. No, Sean Green was right behind LaDainian that year. And you also had Thomas Jones the year before that. Like Rex could have done something. Like we were just legitimately just a quarterback away. Like a quarterback away from making some true noise with that team. Because we had the best defense. No one was stopping. No one can compete with that defense. I remember the first game, what was it? 2010. We held the Packers. Aaron Rodgers couldn't score on us. They had 3 field goals. It was 9. I think it was 9-6. 9-6 against Aaron Rodgers. That's how dominant that defense was. Just truly needed a quarterback.
Yeah.
I think you guys going into that year, you guys were, the Jets you guys had a defense. I think everybody knew the Jets defense was good. Everybody was like, yeah, that Jets defense, they're strong. Like you had, who was the cornerback? Revis. Yeah,
Revis and Cromartie, bro.
Yeah, Revis, like man, that the duo, like you guys had a defense. The linebacker core wasn't bad. Like it was just
Sean
good.
Ellis. Yeah, dude.
David Harris, Calvin. Was it Calvin?
Calvin Pryor. He had one good
Calvin
year.
Pryor. Thank you. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, those
No, not
are-
Calvin Pryor. I'm sorry. I'm thinking that's somebody else. No. Keep going.
Jim
Keep
Leonard
going.
Jim Leonard was really
Leonard, Eric Smith.
those are catalysts of our guys. But yeah, I don't think we got rid of any of these guys too early. Personally, Rex Ryan, he needed to go. There's really Bill Parcells. Was the last person to me for the Jets that I think left maybe a year or two too early.
Calvin Pace is who I was thinking of.
He wanted to leave. That's the thing.
I'm trying to figure out who
Yep,
the Falcons.
for
I can't
Parcells,
think.
you're right.
The only person I can think for the Falcons that we let go too early.
Matt LaFleur.
Yeah, LaFleur. Yeah, that's the only person I can think of was LaFleur. Because 2018, well, we let Stark go early too. I think Stark was an early one too, but LaFleur was the main one. I forgot LaFleur was under Shanahan's, like that was his right hand man, and we let him walk and go to Tennessee. Then he went to San Francisco first. Then he ended up going to Tennessee, and then he ended up getting a head coaching job. So we let him go way too early. I think Matt and LaFleur would have been perfect together. When you really look at what Aaron Rodgers has done with him too, like with LaFleur, like that would have been good for Matt. That would have been great for Matt.
Quinn
and the running game.
Quinn had put up a fight with the LaFleur to keep LaFleur there, and as far as his situation with Bill Parcells in New York back in '99, I believe, him and the GM didn't get along, so that's why. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, and I'm about to head out here in a second. I really feel like the Jets, should have hired Don Martindale as y'all head coach instead of
Salah.
the guy that y'all got now.
Salah's good, man. You're gonna see him this Sunday. What do you think's gonna happen this Sunday?
Man, look.
I'll be there, Don. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be the row one in Tottenham Stadium. I'll be there.
Hey, I'm glad you got money like that to fly across the pond. Hey
man, things happen.
Hey,
That's awesome. You get to go though.
Knicks Jets Etc podcast.
Hey,
I want to go to Tottenham.
I'm glad you're gonna have fun.
Yeah,
what I'm saying is, I
year.
really feel like if we, and I feel like we can beat you guys. I'm just looking at just what Arthur Smith can do. It's just like I said, it's weird to say what's going to end up happening because I don't want to predict right now because we done made so many predictions. And last game that we played against Washington, the coaching was fine. It was just the players that didn't execute. Too many drop passes, missed tackles. It was just a sloppy game for us.
Yeah, you can't catch the ball.
But I'm telling you now, Matt Ryan, he's playing in mid-season form.
Mm-hmm.
That's dangerous.
Falcons are favorites. 3 points.
Yeah, we're up. One. What was it? One. I just saw it. We're up 160. Y'all are 140 underdog. So
But
I just don't know. You never know.
Y'all take it easy. Y'all have a good night.
All right, Don.
See ya.
Have a good one, Don.
Yeah, but after we go from, I guess I can go into the money line real quick and see what you guys. So 100. If you bet 100, I think the profit would be 240. Because it's a plus 140, so you make your money. But are you guys taking the? I got to see what the over under is real quick. I think I'm taking the under on anything. I don't care if it's like 12. I think I'm taking the because it's just gonna be weird with especially with the Falcons. Like you can never bet. I don't know why I never bet I will never bet the.
Listen,
over
man, if it's 44, you take the over. What's that?
It's 46.
I'll take the over.
Yeah.
I'll take the
so.
over.
With Matt, we scored 30 points last week, and I don't know what you guys' offense will do. Yeah, you probably.
Well, we had scored a touchdown for 8 quarters coming into last game.
I just think that we get 3.
Yeah, I just think that it's NFL is a week to week, schedule obviously, but every week is completely different. Like you see, week 1, the Jets are getting sacked 5 times. You know, the Falcons look like the worst team that's ever been assembled in the history of the NFL. And you know, last week they look fine. You know what I mean? If it was just in a nutshell, you just saw one game, Falcons last week, you'd be like, yo, this team's pretty good, no problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's just the
Well, if you were to look at the Bucks game and you look at that score, what the score was before we got the 2 tip pass, you know, big sixes, it was 25-28. We had the momentum. And mind you, what happened? And some people, I hate certain fans because some people were happy that Niesliak got hurt, but the punter, yeah, it got bad in the stadium. I mean, it was like people was like actually happy about it. I was like, oh God, God was sitting by was horrible. Niesliak, I don't know what.
By the way, he beat out Dustin Colquitt all season, so now you got Dustin Colquitt. So be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, he beat out Dustin. Like you said, he beat out Dustin Colquitt in the preseason, and now so when we got Colquitt. So he messed up like 2 punts versus Tampa, and that messed up the momentum. You gave Tampa good field position; they were going to score anyway. Like they were going to get a field goal. So that's why I say that game was a lot closer without the mistakes. This team has had a lot of mistakes where you're just like, we can't have these mistakes. And Tommy, of course, you can speak on that. Like, you know, watching this team I don't know if you watch them every Sunday. Like the mistakes we've had, it's just like. He's like, certain you can't let that stuff happen. Really,
the same mistakes over and over the past couple of years, and it's very consistent. And you know, you watch this team with the lead. You know, you have to have a closer's mentality going into that, and it's not on the defense. You have to have it on the offense with this team, because if you give the other team a minute, I'm thinking they're gonna blow it. I mean, I can't get it out. You're never gonna be able to break me until they can somehow win it all. You're not going to break me that they have a lead at any time and that it's going to be safe. And I thought it was hopefully going to change with this new regime. And I walked out of Sunday feeling the same way. I knew when they got that ball, you know, I think they went 3 and out. They ran the ball, got like negative yards. Then they throw an incomplete pass and then they run it again. And then it's like, okay, punt the ball.
To be honest, man,
all the way up the field.
How you beat this team is Tommy. You hit it on the nail on the head as soon as you got on. You said how we beat the Jets or how the Falcons win in general is we beat them over the top, and that's exactly how you beat the Jets, man. That's our weakness. We keep saying that our cornerbacks are our quasi strength because they've been playing well by the numbers, but we've been so worried about them that, you know, because they've looked decent, we're so excited about it. But where the Jets get beat, man, we get beat over the top. We have our safeties are easily our worst position on our team right now. Easily. I don't think that's even a dispute. I think maybe tight ends will be close, but I think our safeties is easily our weakest link. And if you can get Ridley out there, man, above them, I mean, Robbie Anderson, I think he has done absolutely nothing this year except for against the Jets. So, and you know, was able to get over the top. You know, just I feel like that's the only way you're going to be able to break this defense. Because if you're going to try to run these little short runs with Mike Davis, you're going to try to run these dink and dunks with the Ridley and stuff, they're going to get hurt. Honestly, like I feel like we could put a licking on them. Honestly, these linebackers are big and these wide receivers are small. So if you want to beat the Jets, just throw. Honestly, like you're gonna have to get that classic Matt Ryan 45-yarder in the air. You know what I mean? And then like a crazy catch. Like that is how, in my opinion, that's how the Falcons are gonna have to win this game.
Yeah,
I think it's Kyle
Pitts. Those hits I'm talking about, hits that John's talking about. Just look at what Quincy Williams did last week, like even to Derrick Henry, and then go a week before that and see what CJ did to what's his name. Running back for the Broncos. Why am I losing his name?
Javonte Williams.
No, not Javonte Williams.
Melvin Gordon.
Melvin Gordon. Thank you.
Yeah, we just brought. We brought on Mike Pennell. That is who we brought on.
That's a revenge game.
Yeah, but mind you, Mike Pennell. How I like to explain this team this year, like to just everybody. We're so deep in a hole. You gonna have to dig yourself out of it at this point. And you bring in Terry, you bring in Arthur, you bring in a guy where Thomas Dimitrov's been here, since 20? Jeez, he's been here forever.
Yeah.
It was the year before Julio got drafted, like 2008, 9, something close to that. when he first got here, and then you brought in. We had Rich McKay. Remember, Rich McKay left Tampa after they won the Super Bowl. And then
And
he
he's
came
never
in.
leaving again. Never
Yeah.
leaving.
Yeah, now he's our president. And he said he's never leaving Atlanta. So thank God for that. But when Rich McKay, remember we started building the stadium in 2016, 2017. We built the we built the we were building the stadium. So Rich McKay went to the business side. And who does that leave you to except the man that had spent 5 draft picks? Thank God they weren't good people that they drafted, but spent 5 draft picks to go draft a wide receiver. Now, generational talent, all of that, but he spent 5 draft picks on one receiver.
And honestly, you guys drafted Kyle Pitts too. Like I know I was with you, Tyro. I know you were hyped about Kyle Pitts. Yeah. I know, and I would too. He was one of my favorite players. When we were like evaluating the draft, I get it. But dude, like you see this team, right? You're watching this team week to week. You don't have a dang left guard. You know what I mean? Like, why are you drafting Kyle Pitts, dude? Why are you drafting a tight end?
Because I think Pitts was the what like you're gonna have, like we said. We brought in Jalen. Jalen Mayfield came in. His first game was horrible. Second game, he's gotten. If you go from week to week, he's gotten a lot. I mean, a lot better.
You can't go. He had a one grade, like literally a 1 on PFF.
You can literally
get worse. He had a 25 last week. Yeah, he went up 25%, but 25% from what? You know what I mean?
He's been one of the guys where. He's going to be the project piece, and I hate to have that for Matt because that's the same thing with Hennessy. That's why I say these our interior is young, like that. Really, the right side is the youngest part of this O line. You have Jake Matthews, who's the vet on this O line. Jake Matthews has been here since 2014, I think 2015. So, and he's been our left tackle for that long. Then you bring in Mayfield, who's our left guard. And of course, he's going to be the left guard. He brought, he's a right tackle, but he said, he was a tool guy. And we brought these guys in, a lot of these guys we brought in were brought in off of, we haven't had a scandal or anything happen in Atlanta since.
Is that the bar?
Since,
bar flow, man.
Let's put it like this. Flow, Arthur Blank is not want to go through what he went through with a certain player in Atlanta. When I was a baby, when I was 5 years old, in 2004, 2005, he doesn't want to go through that situation again. And so I'm not going to say y'all know who I'm. So most people, you guys know who I'm talking about. So he does not want to go through that again.
Yo, favorite Madden cover, man. That
favorite Madden cover. Everybody's favorite Madden cover. The only quarterback to have 99 speed in Madden until that point, and then he goes through that whole and so. It's a lot of stuff where
former Jet.
Yeah.
Forgot that happened.
I forgot he was on the Jets. Oh,
he was. He played the Steelers too, I think. Right? It was that game that we keep talking about.
He had a good. What game was that? Was the Eagles game? He had one like his.
It was the Eagles game. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like his big one where he was just throwing bombs left.
Yeah,
and
that was.
Dude, I will never forget.
He's back.
He launched one. He launched one to Deshaun Jackson, just like a flick of the wrist, and I was like, "What? You just threw that 70 yards with like ease, dude."
Bro, Vic,
that's that prison strength. That prison strength, man, just got him all the way.
Bro, I watched him play, and I have the jersey, the shirt. It was like a t-shirt jersey. When he was in that flag football league.
Oh man,
I went to watch him play in the flag football league. I'm telling you, he's had he's in his 30s, he's in his 40s now. He still has a cannon. Like he was still throwing 50 yards, bro. I was like,
bro,
I was like, at this point, he doesn't want to play football no more. He said it himself, I'm not gonna play football, but he has cannon still.
We had Vinny Testaverde come out of retirement because we lost all of our QBs one year. This man went to like the quarterback challenge like they used to do during the summer. I think it was like for like the Pro Bowl. Like, how far can you throw it? He threw a 65, 70-yard bomb. I was like, okay, Testaverde, you got an arm like that still? That's nice. You're like in your 40s. I'm not shocked. These guys are talented, dude. You guys are super talented.
John, you brought up about drafting Kyle Pitts, and, I've been trying to tell myself on why they've done it pretty much all season. But when you look at the value of the 4th pick, I think they wanted to trade back. I think they didn't want that pick. And I think there was a video, I'm pretty sure, unless I dreamt this, but I thought there was a video where someone called and they said the price is still the same and hung up the phone, and then they take Kyle Pitts. I don't know if you take, an offensive lineman at that spot at the value.
No, there
you're
was
passing
nobody at
up on a
value.
once generational guy. The problem with it is that even taking him, and not even, the pick itself, it says win now, but they're saying we're going to win now. And I don't like when they set expectations like that. Because fans aren't dumb. There are some fans that are dumb, but the ones that are going to pay the money and come every week, they're knowledgeable. And if you're going to tell them that you're expecting to win now, and you go and look at those first couple weeks of the season, and you see how much of a disaster it is, it's not win now. And I think that's just a big problem. It's because they're telling us one thing, but internally you have to know that they know that this is going to be a few years before it really is. Now, despite the division kind of being crazy, we didn't know what Darnold was going to look like in Carolina. We don't know if Tom Brady's finally going to hit, Grandpa Brady, and you don't know if
keep dreaming, bro.
The Saints. Who knows what
I'm talking to two Jets fans, man. We've been waiting. I'll have a gray beard, but
famous the crab legs. You talking about crab legs?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so you don't know.
Crab legs
So,
gonna do.
I mean, technically, you could come in and win the division if everything works out perfect. All these quarterbacks turn bad, and really, there was an opportunity for all three of those quarterbacks really to be bad. And they're all doing better than what we expected. I don't really think anybody questioned Brady, but I think there's always that question in your mind: is this the year? Is this the year he's finally going to regress?
Yeah, he doesn't get touched a lot. You can't really be like, Brady's going to get hurt. Like last year was the first year when Brady really sustained a bad injury, and we didn't know he sustained a bad injury. Let's be honest. We did not know Brady had a torn MCL last year.
Cheating.
Which true.
I still feel like that's illegal.
You got to report on the injury report, man.
Yeah, like you have to report
that's what I'm more concerned about. I don't care about.
I was like, how can you report that? Like, so to get that news, and then like, mind you, we were at 4. Like Tommy, like you said, we were at 4. We weren't going to take Elijah Vera Tucker at 4. You could have maybe Sewell, but Sewell's a tackle.
Here's the thing, man. Here's what I don't understand. Like you guys are talking about, you don't want to draft an offensive tackle. Like you're drafting a tight end. Like if he had the top 5 tight end season of all time, he's not even scratching Mark Andrews from last year. You know what I'm trying to say? And what does Mark Andrews really do for your team? You know what I mean? Like, and so that's what bothers me. Like that's such a Jet move, guys. That's such a Jet move to have the 4th pick and pick a tight end, bro.
He hasn't even played tight end. Let's be honest. If you look at where he's lined up at, he hasn't lined up at tight end.
But I think they knew they were moving Julio. They knew they were moving Julio. I mean, the draft was here in Cleveland. You guys know I live in Cleveland here, but like the draft was here. The talk was everywhere around town. Possible about Julio being moved, and that weekend it started coming out, possibly trading. And, and I don't think this is the right reason to do it, but teams do it all the time, it's almost a safe face sometimes as well, because you're getting rid of the best wide receiver in your franchise history. You need something amazing, because we've taken a lot of boring picks, and boring picks. I mean, one year we took 2 offensive linemen in the first round. Nothing says unsexy like 2 first round offensive linemen. Nobody wants that. When people are playing Madden, they want to find out who that new guy is that they can have fun with and play. With.
Sell jerseys.
Yeah, exactly. Sell jerseys. And Kyle Pitts is that guy.
Justin Fields.
But the thing is,
so this is my thing about Justin Fields, because John, we had a deep discussion.
Fields.
We had a deep,
bro. It's fine. That's why it's fine.
Me and John had a really deep discussion when he was on the show about why we didn't want Justin Fields, and John had we list. If you guys want to hear the full, because I'm not gonna get the detail. If you want to hear it, go back to the draft show. I think it was like the first couple minutes in, because John joined. You were right there from the beginning. Like you just go back and watch it, because we talked the whole draft until John left. We talked to John a lot about the Jets' future and all of that, and we talked about the Falcons the whole time. So when we got to the point of at number 4, when we knew we were the number 4 pick, everybody was like, okay, Atlanta's the number 4 pick. either you go quarterback because you don't want to be at that point again. You go O-line. There was no defensive player that was worth number 4, or you trade out. Those are the 4 options. And what we didn't know, when Arthur and Terry they brought in the 5th option. We're gonna draft the best available player on the board at number 4. And we hadn't heard, we were like, huh? I think everybody in Atlanta was like, okay, cool. So, it was a little bit of a shock because we didn't that's not something in Atlanta we've done before. Like, let's be honest. We didn't draft best available. Like Chris Lindstrom and Caleb McGarry were not the best available O-lineman on the board at that point. So, and then you trade.
I mean, he was pretty up there.
Lindstrom was. I think Lindstrom. Right. I don't think McGarry was. I know Lindstrom was one of the best available guards at that time. Because mind you, we traded back up. I don't even Tommy. We traded our 2nd round pick and I think a 3rd round to get to 30.
They wanted that extra year on the contract with him.
Yeah,
for some reason.
And he might get cut. This is hilarious. Yeah. But. So, and that's why I say this.
You guys are not cutting any offensive linemen. Let me save you the trouble.
Next year's draft, I would not be
left guard, bro.
I would not be surprised if McGarry gets cut by next year. Like if you really Tommy, we've seen McGarry be, and McGarry has health problems. That's the only bad part about McGarry is that he didn't play preseason. His heart. He had for his first season here in Atlanta had to get heart surgery because I think he had clogged arteries or something like that. I can't remember what it was.
It was a thing that he's had in the past his entire life.
He's had his whole life, but I guess just to make sure he was okay, he had to go get the surgery to make sure everything was healthy. Then that last year, he had to wait till almost the end of preseason to start practicing because they had to make sure his health was healthy. And then this year, the same thing happened. And so it's like you don't want to get rid of him because of health, but if we get a chance next year and there's a right tackle sitting there that we really trust. And we really want, I wouldn't be like he's going like it was the same thing with Hennessy. Look, mind you, we drafted Hennessy, right? Mm-hmm. And then we drafted Hennessy when Alex Mack's like 2nd or 3rd year. Then we go and draft Drew Dahlman this year. We drafted another center this year. Like, I mind you, everybody's like, well, why are you drafting another center? This whole team is based on competition. So next year, there's going to be a competition at right tackle. There's going to be, I think Lindstrom is safe. I think Hennessy may be safe. I don't think Mayfield's safe, but if he gets better by the end of the year, he'll probably be safe. And Jake Matthews is Jake Matthews. Like Jake Matthews has been the left tackle for him and Matt have a whole connection at this point. So it's a weird this whole thing now is like we have to just you got to build with pennies at this point if you're the Falcons. Like,
are you building this week off the 1-3 Jets?
If we
win, bro, your favorites.
Yeah, if we win this week, I guess we'll go into predictions. I don't give score predictions. I go money line predictions. I don't. Yeah, I'll let Tommy do score predictions. I do more money line. I'll take the over. And I guess I'll take the 3-point favorite. I'll do it like that. Those would be my 2. That'd be on my bet slip. I'll take the 3-point favorite, and I would take the over. That'd be my bet slip. So Tommy, if you want to go.
Tommy, I'm really money line on the over. Tommy, what do you got, man?
Well, I'm thinking about what I'm eating for breakfast. It's my birthday this weekend, so I'm I've already got mimosas. I've got like a whole thing. Got prime rib, already cooking and night. What?
On Sunday, your birthday?
Oh yeah.
I'm ready. That might be my dream to wake up on 9:30 in the morning on my birthday and have football. That is.
That would be amazing.
That is actually, Tom. I think you hit the jackpot, man. I think
I'm
a terrible day drinker.
I can't even say that. I can't even agree with you guys on that. I can't agree with you guys on that because every year for my birthday, the Jets always play the Patriots, and I always had to wake up to an L to the Patriots. So I do not want that at all.
Yeah, my birthday's in July, so I don't get any sports except like United. I get United game. That's the only thing I get around my birthday.
Let me out your birthday, Tom. You wake up, right? It's your birthday morning, 9 a.m.
Loaded mimosas. Yeah, I'm ready.
Load up mimosas. What happens, man? Tell me how this game goes.
I think it's going to be 35-34.
Wow, he got the super over. Honestly, I would like to check the stats on London overs. I feel like they always go over, which would be.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? I don't know if it was 2 years ago. It was the one Titans game. The Titans were over there, And I think they went for the 2-point conversion at the end of the game instead of going for overtime. And I think they got it. I think
yes,
they did.
and it was literally to get to go for, and also that hit the over. And I remember
Mariota.
the announcer also saying something about it.
Yeah, that was a great game. They like to show out. The offense definitely is always up there in London games. So yeah, I think 35-34 Jets.
We always put on the show for the London crowd. Even though they're never really fans of the team, they're just there to watch football, which is cool. It's like a big party for them. And then that's gonna be good. They haven't been outside, so
I love looking for
Atlanta.
the jerseys they wear. Like you see soccer jerseys in the crowd, you'll see NFL jerseys.
You'll see Dallas, you'll see the Cowboys, you'll see Dallas, you'll see like random like New York. You just be like, okay, I guess you're here just to be here. But so Alex or John, either one you can go, but everyone wants to go first? I guess I'll let Alex go first. What's your prediction
for the Jets and Falcons? Let's see. What's the prediction of the game? I have the Jets winning this one. I think it's gonna be a high scoring game.
The actual prediction is where is it at? I don't. We're 3-point favorites. I know we're 3-point favorites. I don't know.
I have a question. Do you guys have an Atlanta like UK?
You guys are 3 points favorites, by the way.
We do. We have an Atlanta UK podcast.
Okay. So you guys do have like territory out there. All right.
Yeah,
so
we have a fan base out there. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Jets have a UK podcast too. They got guys out there.
It's cool. It's kind of cool to know that you have fans across the pond, like just to see that. Like you can see your team has some international reach,
dude. Knicks internationally is like huge. Like,
well, you guys, mind you guys have like we're big in Atlanta's big in London. I guess a lot of like in our group chat, there's a lot of people from London that are Hawks fans. I'm just like, where did that happen?
I guess they just love American sports, which makes sense.
Really, and they just pick a team. Like Cam. One of the guys like I'm not really a Hawks fan. I just like Cam Reddish. Like, and that's why I turned to a Hawks fan. Like, it's people that like especially international crowd. Like United has a lot of international fans, but we won in 2018. But even still. We still like Joseph is a transcendent type of player. Like I hope he never leaves Atlanta. I pray to God he never leaves because I will probably be the saddest person on earth. You won't hear from me for a while. It's the same thing with Freddie Freeman. If Freddie Freeman leaves and goes to LA, if he goes to the Angels, I'm gonna literally bawl my eyes out. Oh my God.
Alex, what's your score of this game, man?
Man, give me 28-20. I feel like 28-24 Jets is this game that I got. Yeah.
All right.
Good one.
All right. Marquise Miller got 28-21 Falcons.
Anybody else in the comments got one? If you got a score prediction, bro, these games are hot. Yeah, everybody. Yeah, we're right. Like all these games
high
are like
scoring,
huh?
I don't. I legit. I'm being dead serious, and I don't love the Jets. Units as much as I'm making it sound. I don't know how the Falcons are going to score. Just like I didn't know how the Titans are going to score, but I saw Henry, so like I could see over the top or like Cordell Patterson nonsense that always gets to us. Maybe 2 or 3 field goals. So I don't know. Let's do like 27-20 Jets. Something wacky.
Like I thought you were going to pick a blowout there, the way you were talking.
No, because we're not that special on offense. You know what I mean? Like we could be stopped. We rely on. We're going to punt it. Like we want to punt it. You know what I'm saying? No problem. You know what I mean? Like
we praise our punters. I don't know how we lost our best punter in man, and then we got a good punter like in return too.
Morstead, you guys are familiar with Morstead. So he's coming back against the Falcons. I mean, we love to punt. We got everyone was yelling at us on the Twitter, including the check marks at the end of the fourth quarter because we punted. They're yelling at us for taking the points, right? Like the Jets want to kick field goals. We want to punt. We want a sloppy, dirty game. Like honestly, ideally 17-10. No joke. Like that would be like I feel like a perfect game for Salah. Just like get a couple touchdowns, a couple field goals, hold them to a touchdown and a field goal. And call it a day. So
hey, let's when we were looking at, so mind you, this is 2015. Jacksonville put up 31 and Buffalo put up Jacksonville put up 34 and Buffalo put up 31. Last time you guys were in London was in 2015.
We played the Jags, right?
We played Miami. Well, we played
Miami.
Yeah, you guys played Miami. It was 27-14.
That's right.
Yeah,
I knew
it was
it was
last
a Florida
time
team.
we
I
were
knew it was a Florida team that we
2014.
played.
Yeah, we were 2014. And I don't even talk about that 2014 game. Let's not even bring that up. Tom, you might remember the 2014 game, how that game ended. It was the epitome of Matt Ryan's career in that game, really and truly.
So you bring that up,
Falcons.
and this is what I actually just want. I was trying to find this tweet the entire time. I found it. It says Matt Ryan is now second all time in QB losses when earning a passer rating of 100 or higher, and tied for second all time in QB losses when throwing 4 or more touchdowns. That is insane.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw that. That's one of the most depressing stats.
Dude, producing
Falcons
at work
totally
and
get
then
this
not
going on.
actually seeing the result might be universally the worst feeling on earth.
I'm John.
No matter what
I'm at the
position
game,
you are,
I'm
no matter what
screaming,
job
I'm
you're in.
yelling. My voice still isn't completely back. Like if I get real loud, you'll hear the squeak in my voice. I'm at the game, and I'm just like, oh my god, we're gonna win the game. Like and everybody's like, oh man, okay. So it is. We did the same thing versus the Giants last week, right? Cool. The Giants we gave them the ball back, mind you, because we were up in Lee Smith caught the touchdown. We got up. So okay, cool. Giants get the ball. Our defense holds the Giants, and we're just like, okay, bet. So I'm just like, this defense should hold. We gave up the worst touchdown. First off, we had the worst. I don't know. I don't know if everybody remember. I don't know if you saw the touchdown. I think it was what's his name. It was Terry McLaurin's second touchdown when Tyler Heineke just threw it off his back.
Yes, that's what I'm telling you. He fits magic, you guys. He's the new Fitz
Yeah,
Magic.
he did literally.
I
He
know.
just like, and then our DB's just standing. I'm in the end zone, and I'm standing. I'm watching it. I'm sitting there. I'm on the other side of the end zone. I'm just like, what are you doing? Hit the ball.
Know.
What do you? And then the best touchdown I saw that game was Mike Davis's touchdown run when he caught it out the backfield, and he was on the swing route, and I thought he was gonna get killed because the linebacker was right here and he was right here. And he hit a move and took off and broke like 4 tackles. That's what I think. It's going to take this team to get comfortable with each other. I still think they're not comfortable together. Really and truly.
That's what a preseason's for, right? That's what you would do in a preseason type thing. I was at a 1-year-old's birthday party last Sunday, watching this game on my phone with crappy reception, and it's pixelated, and I'm just watching first down. And I threw the phone down in front of a bunch of my wife's family, and they looked at me. And then my brother-in-law goes, "Are they getting falconed again?" And I flicked them off, threw the phone away, walked out, came back, and I got the alert on my watch that they lost. Couldn't even watch the last play. Couldn't even do it.
Yeah.
Damn.
It was worse. It was worse in person.
That's how you know you're a true fan if you're that dedicated where you're watching it on your phone. Like you that's how you know. That's how you know.
Dude, I watched Red Zone at a brunch last Sunday.
Yeah, I go out with my grandma at the church or something, and I'll be on my phone just like, let me just watch the game real quick because I need to see what we're doing. Right. The worst thing about last week's loss is that we're in the all the fans in the stadium hype. You were at the Knicks game when Trae Young hit the game winner. So you understand.
Please. We don't have to bring that up, bro. We don't need to bring that up.
It was the same type of like energy where it was like, we really just lost this game in the last minute.
Oh, dude, that game actually hurts.
That was like it was so heartbreaking because Matt Ryan played so good. The team looked so good. And then the defense, every time, the defense is just like, well, just give it up. Let's just give up the touchdown.
Listen, the only props I'll give Matt Ryan is when he absolutely ripped my heart out of my chest in 2009 in MetLife with Tony Gonzalez when he won 10-7, just drove down the field.
Oh, yeah.
That game, that was right in front of my face. Like that I was there, like freeze my butt off. That game was around Christmas.
It was cold. It was super cold that game. I remember because it was cold down here.
That's the juju I'm afraid of. That's the juju I'm afraid of, Alex. That's what I'm afraid of, man. Like, I don't understand the line in this game. I don't understand why anyone on the earth would think the Falcons could win this game. I don't know why the over is at 46, right? When both of these teams like technically stink. Like, nothing here makes sense. So
it's funny.
It all makes me nervous.
It's funny watching that when you go watch that game. I mean, it was freezing cold outside. Everybody has this thing with Matt Ryan. I don't know if you guys know why we call him Matty Ice. Matt Ryan on his career, I think he's at 40 now. 40 game winning drives in his career. And he's like top 10 in game winning drives in his. It's something close to that. But that's why he got the Matty Ice nickname, because you give Matt Ryan a 2-minute drill, Matt Ryan's probably going to get you a field goal, or Matt Ryan's going to get you a touchdown. Like, I think everybody knows that. And that's why we're so lean. That's why we don't, our offense, we've never really had a bad offense except last year with when we had Dirk Cutter. Every year we have Dirk Cutter. It's horrible. I don't know why the Mentrop was like, yeah, bring Dirk Cutter back. But it's just stuff like that where we're just like, man, Matt Ryan is so good. Like, it's just the love that we have for Matt Ryan. And then you just see every time he just gets that has a perfect game. And then at the end of the game, when he's not on the end of the 2-minute drill, he can't win it. We can't win it. And it's just been like that for years, man. It's been like that for a long time. But we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Alex and John, you guys can promote yourself. Everybody knows these guys. If you're a New York guy, those are the main guy. I'm on Fansided, and you guys' podcast popped up, and I was like, oh wow, I was like, oh crazy. So I mean, like, everybody knows like you guys are kind of the face of Jets football. So you guys can go ahead and promote yourselves.
I appreciate that, Tyrone. Tyrone, Tommy, it's a lot of fun coming on here talking football with you guys. It's nice that we actually get to talk like actual matchups. It feels like instead of being here, like I feel like we could have had the same show with you guys, like looking for new head coaches last year because of Adam. Yeah, basically. When you guys are asking us for head coaches, I feel like we could have had that same show, but it's a lot of fun. Appreciate the kind words. Looking forward to this matchup. And yeah, for everyone out there, you can find us over at Knicks Jets Etc podcast. We're on. We're part of the Fansided Media Network. We're the official and exclusive Knicks and Jets podcast for Fansided. You can find us on. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, Amazon Alexa. We're on YouTube, so you can subscribe to our channel there. Follow us on all social media platforms. You can find John over at the Jet Press doing some written articles. You can find me over at Knicks Fan TV. I see like you're Hawks fans. You guys want to copy us and get some Hawks Fan TV up in here too. I don't know how that's happening, but
that's my guy. That's my guy.
That's your guy. That's your guy.
All right. We got KFTV Alex up on here.
Series. The series. I think John. I don't know were you on here when he was on here, John?
Was he on here?
You guys we didn't get to do the New York game. Oh,
listen, man, we have KFTV Alex over here, the original. So
yeah, we're gonna definitely. I remember that because you guys had an interaction on Twitter. Because I remember you guys going back and forth about it. That was hilarious.
As we should.
We're definitely gonna
saw that. I was like, what? People are like popping that up, and then there's a lot of parody. Not parody,
hey, Christmas
similar to Knicks accounts.
Christmas, baby. Christmas.
Yeah, let's talk Christmas game. That'll be awesome.
Man.
We will see you guys on Christmas.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we play each other earlier, but I think we will probably see when get back on the channel for Christmas. I think that's the game I really want you guys to come back on, pre-game or post-game, but definitely. This is gonna be the funnest. That's gonna be one of the funnest games. I think. I don't know why that's not the night game. I think they really did us dirty with giving us the after. Or at least
they like to. So they usually. What was it? Knicks have been doing. Oh my God, Knicks have been like for a long period of time. They were a staple of Christmas basketball games. I forget how many they actually did, but
y'all had Christmas on Christmas,
and we're usually noon too. On Christmas, and we're usually noon too. Like. When we had Melo, I think they may have done like a night game because we were playing.
No, I think it was like a 3, bro. It was definitely
right.
light out. But we're bringing on the Atlanta Falcons, man. They can't put us on prime time. They're squeezing us in at noon. We're bringing on the Atlanta Falcons, Tommy.
You don't want to be prime time.
They gotta get everyone home, man. They gotta get everybody home.
Well, shoot, the Falcons. We played. I think people don't understand the end of the Falcons schedule is like we're in cold arenas. I think for the rest of the end of the schedule. Because we play the Lions at home at the Christmas, thank God. And then we go up to Buffalo the next week. So, in Buffalo, January 2nd. I was,
that is cold country.
Matt Ryan, you don't want to be the late game on Christmas, anyways. You got Browns Packers. That's gonna be a big game. That you have towards the end of the year too. It's a random question I ask all New York fans. Are you a Rangers fan or an Islanders fan?
Neither.
Are you a hockey fan at all?
We're die easy hockey fans. I'm a Rangers fan in the playoffs.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm watching.
He doesn't like Alex doesn't like hockey. He's just been shaking his head since I brought it up. So.
I mean, I've adopted the Bruins because I live out in Boston, but
Okay.
I'm a fair weather hockey fan. I could care less.
I don't.
Jack.
I got into hockey this year. Shout out to Gladiators. We're going to be, we'll cover them on this podcast as well. It's weird that Atlanta has a hockey team. Yeah, I gotta talk to you about it, Tommy. It's weird we have a hockey team.
All right, yeah, I got to hear about this.
Yeah, it's weird we have a hockey team here in Georgia. I mean, Jacksonville has one too. It's like we have a whole Southeast region of hockey, and I'm just like, who's playing hockey? Like nobody's playing hockey. Like nobody's really gonna sit there and be like, hey man, let's go play some hockey today. Like it's not even a part of like if we're playing anything in winter, it's probably gonna be baseball, which is weird to say, but
it makes a lot of sense.
We start playing baseball in like January, February. Like that's
it makes a lot of sense.
And that's why pitchers in New York, that's why up north pitchers have longer careers a little bit because you guys don't play till like April. When we've been throwing our pitchers been throwing for months because we start practice, I think, in January and we start playing in February. So it's kind of so weird. And it's cold out there. Mind you, we're playing with metal bats, and it's freezing cold out there. And Georgia gets cold. It's weird. You don't think Georgia gets like people don't think it doesn't get New York cold. We had snow on Christmas this year. That's how cold it got. Like it didn't stick. It didn't stick, but we still got snow and fall in Georgia on Christmas. It was like, yeah, this is it's a little wild out here. But
wow, the Cowboys released Jalen Smith.
I just saw that. I just saw
crazy.
that. I want to see what that's about. I want to know why.
There's got to be something coming out soon.
Yeah,
he wasn't listening to Dan Quinn.
Guys, I'm gonna go watch some hockey.
Yes,
I'm kind of a big hockey guy, so I got.
Oh yeah, and a hockey fan. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get
I got Yankees playoffs, man. So
you guys are. You guys are on that.
We got Knicks. We got Yankees.
We're
we got
down 3-0 in the third. The Knicks are like almost done. Yeah, we're good. It's good.
Knicks are beating the brakes off the Pacers 99-75. It looks good.
Yeah,
it's good.
Knicks Jets Etc podcast.
Well, thanks, guys.
See you guys. Talk to you Sunday. Happy birthday, Tommy.
All right, y'all. See you guys.
Happy birthday. Thank you.